seventh year of love. My fiance's assistant sent me a photo of them getting their marriage certificate. Looking at the picture, I calmly broke up with my girlfriend. The assistant called with a choked-up voice, begging me not to be mad. He said it was just a joke photo with Luna, who's under a lot of pressure at work, and to please understand. He said everything was his fault. On the other end of the phone was Luna, speaking in a tone she'd never used with me before. She said, "Honey, don't get upset. No need to explain to him." She added, "Where's he going to go after leaving me?" I didn't respond. I just threw away the engagement ring and picked up my acceptance letter. I flew abroad and turned off my phone, starting to pack quietly. Luna didn't come home all night. She stumbled in the next morning, reeking of alcohol. Seeing me on the couch, she ordered in her usual commanding tone, "Make me some sugar water." I glanced up and didn't respond, just continued packing my things. Seeing me not answer, Luna came over frowning. "Leo, are you deaf?" Noticing my packed luggage, she paused, then her face darkened. "What's this? You really plan to break up?" I replied calmly, "Breaking up isn't something to joke about." Maybe it was my calm demeanor that made Luna's gaze turn icy. She kicked over my suitcase and looked down at me. "Have you had enough of this tantrum?" I glanced at her, a mocking smile on my lips. "A tantrum? You went and married someone else. Why would I listen to anything you say?" Luna looked even more impatient. "Haven't I explained? It was just for fun. Reese got cancer. He wanted to give his parents some comfort before he passed. You know he's been with me since graduation. More than an assistant, a friend. Why shouldn't I help him?" Her tone sounded condescending. "It's fine. Once he's gone, we can get the license again." I waved my hand, interrupting her ridiculous explanation. "Enough there. No need to tell me. You have a husband now. Discuss things with him." Luna's expression turned cold again. "In the end, you're just unkind and don't trust me. If that's the case, we shouldn't get married." Her tone was threatening, but I was unfazed. "All right." Luna was taken aback, disbelief in her eyes. "You're serious?" I didn't answer, just picked up my suitcase and started to leave. As I passed Luna, she suddenly grabbed my wrist, her words icy. "Think it through without me. You're nothing." I looked into her eyes. This person I loved for 7 years, being only coldness and disdain now. It hurt, no doubt about it. I took a deep breath, smiled, and gently pried her fingers off. "Wish you both happiness." With that, I walked out without a backward glance. Before I closed the door, I heard Luna's furious voice behind me. "Leo, don't think you can come crawling back. But let's see how far you get without me." I stopped and turned around, not out of regret or longing. I just wanted to see the face of the girl I once loved so deeply. Now so loathsome. Luna stomped to the doorway, gave me a cold look, and slammed the door with a loud bang. Loud enough to express her anger. At the entrance to the apartment complex, I ran into Reese. Didn't need to ask. I knew he'd brought Luna back. He was probably waiting for us to fight so he could play the caring role. He lowered his window, glanced at my luggage, and smirked. "Oh, isn't it Leo? Got kicked out by Luna?" "Huh?" I gave him a cold look, ignoring him, but he blocked my path, grinning mockingly. "Good riddance. You way too old for her anyway." I stopped, taking in his smirk, and laughed. "Yeah, I'm not a match for her. Someone like you living off her is just perfect." But his expression changed. "You..." I kicked him hard in the stomach and walked away without looking back. Trash doesn't deserve courtesy. That night, I found a hotel to stay in. Lying in bed, memories flooded back. Luna was once my everything. Unfortunately, she was a high and mighty princess, while I was just a regular bookworm. We met in college, though we didn't interact much. Like all the guys who liked her, just watched her from afar, followed her to class, out of class, to meals. In the end, I even switched majors just to be around her more. Until today, I'd never regretted that decision, because that's what led us to get closer. I got picked by Luna for a project because of my good grades. I remember being so nervous that I stammered, finally blurting out, "I do." Luna laughed, her eyes crinkling. "Sounds like you're taking wedding vows." Everyone teased me. I looked down, embarrassed but happy she didn't mind. She even helped me out. "Don't tease him. Leo's so talented. I'm the lucky one to pair up with him." After that, Our relationship grew when I confessed my feelings. She agreed without hesitation. We spent the college years as the couple everyone envied. I had excellent grades and got offers from international companies as soon as I graduated, even a scholarship to study abroad, but I turned them all down for Luna. Starting at her family's company from the ground up, she also fought with her family to be with me, struggling for a space for us under her family's pressure. Sometimes I still can't make sense of it. Why Luna and I ended up like this. I mean, we both had the same goal, to provide each other with a stable future. But ever since Reese showed up, everything changed. He's younger than me, more energetic, and better at making people happy. At some point, our conversations shifted from sharing everything with each other to her talking about little details with Reese. At first, I was angry, jealous, but after a few arguments with Luna, seeing her indifferent expression and hearing her say I was making a big deal out of nothing, I got it. Her heart was no longer with me. It's not so much Reese's presence that bothers me, it's Luna's carefree attitude that breaks my heart. No matter what reason I give to try to hold on to her, as soon as Reese says something, she'd rush to him. She gave all her feelings for me to him. After 7 years, all she has for me is coldness and complaints. Still, I proposed to her. I thought maybe once we got married, she'd change, but seeing that marriage certificate with her name and another man's was the final straw. Looking out at the night skyline, I suddenly felt at peace. They say there's a 7-year itch in relationships, where things just get stagnant. Maybe this is where Luna and I end. The next morning, I went to the company to resign. Honestly, it was just for show. My authority had long been undermined there. They didn't even question my resignation and approved it afterwards. The HR director called, pretending to be concerned. Too bad, Leo, we were looking forward to your wedding with Luna, she said in a tone dripping with sarcasm. I just smiled, unbothered. Don't worry, you'll get your invitation soon. Before I even left the building, Luna called, Leo, enough is enough. I rejected your resignation. You better stop, or you won't get a penny, and I'll kick you out. I chuckled coldly. 7 years together, did she really think I was there for wealth? That money could sway me? Do whatever you want. I don't care, I replied, and blocked her. Silence was bliss. I submitted my resignation again, and Luna agreed without hesitation. Once I got my papers, I left without looking back. That night, I slept better than ever, with no worries about Luna, the company, or anything else. Early morning, a loud ring woke me. Leo, what's your problem? The project signing today. You better be there. Luna barked over the phone. Shook my head, waking up fully, holding back annoyance. I moved the phone away and waited for her to finish, and I said slowly, Miss Stone, you must have forgotten. I quit yesterday, and you agreed, so what does your project have to do with me? Leo, she snapped, her voice full of anger. I warn you, don't make me use legal means. Your resignation may have been accepted, but we haven't finished the handover. I can sue you if you don't show. I wasn't playing her game, I coldly replied. Don't try to threaten me. If you'd read my resignation properly, you wouldn't be wasting your time talking to me. With that, I hung up. I didn't expect to run into Luna so soon after I quit. Several companies reached out, offering opportunities. One came from a company's boss, inviting me to dinner. Calden Tea Refuse. So I went. The boss was generous, booking a high-end hotel, but as soon as I arrived, I saw familiar faces from my old company filling the lobby. I realized the hotel was owned by my previous firm, and Luna's project was likely there. As I hesitated, Reese appeared out of nowhere, blocking my way. Isn't that the loser? He sneered, challenging me. What? Got cold feet now? I shot him a cold glance. Smirked. I guess I didn't beat you enough last time. Coming back for more. Reese's face fell. He backed up a bit, humiliated. Leo, don't think you're all that, he barked. Luna's my wife now, you're just a useless failure. I ignored him, pushed past, and entered the hotel. Reese was yelling about calling security, causing a scene. People were staring. I waved casually, acknowledging them, then proceeded upstairs. The boss had reserved a room on the second floor, but someone clearly didn't want me to leave easily. Leo, stop right there. Luna stormed up in her high heels, looking me over with disdain. On a day like this, you show up dressed like that? Even if you don't care about embarrassment, I do. She told her assistant to take me for a makeover, but I shrugged them off, amused. Luna, how many times do I have to tell you? Quit it. We have no ties. I'm here for a meeting, not your charade. What I wear is none of your business. Luna was taken aback, almost reflexively mocking. Meeting someone here, as if you, as an unwanted son-in-law, I really didn't belong here. I didn't bother explaining, turned around and headed upstairs. All right then. Another voice stopped me in my tracks. Hey Leo, long time no see. I turned around, and a chubby middle-aged man was warmly approaching. It was Mr. Chen, the president of Stellar Group and one of today's main figures. The project Luna mentioned was this collaboration with Stellar Group. Mr. Chen, long time no see. I walked over, and after a brief chat, Mr. Chen suddenly turned and looked at Luna. I trust Leo completely. I can sign the project contract today, but I have one condition. Leo must be in charge of our projects moving forward. Hearing this, even Luna froze in disbelief. I quickly shook my hand. Mr. Chen, that's not right. I was about to say that I had already resigned, but Luna pulled me back with a slice. My aimed at Mr. Chen. No problem. Mr. Chen, we can definitely do that. She grabbed my arm tightly. Leo, you better cooperate with me, she whispered with a no-nonsense warning in her tone. I gave a snort of laughter and shook off her hand. With Mr. Chen, president, and everyone else looking on in confusion, I spoke up loud. I'm sorry, but I won't be participating in or collaborating on this project. I submitted my resignation yesterday, and in the future, I have no ties with Luna's company, and Miss Luna has already registered marriage with her assistant, which means she'll have nothing to do with me from now on. Gave Mr. Chen an apologetic smile. Sorry, Mr. Chen, an apologetic smile. Chen, looks like I won't be able to work with you anymore. Luna stood there in shock, not expecting I'd draw such a hard line. Mr. Chen's expression turned slightly grim. Luna, is what he's saying true? Luna seemed at a loss, and Reese hurried over. All flattery. Mr. Chen, don't worry about it. This guy's just a freeloader. What you're interested in is Stellar Group's strength. I'll take full charge of the project now. Mr. Chen looked at him, then at Luna, but his eyes were filled with disdain and amusement. A pretty boy trying to negotiate with me. Luna, your humor sure is something. Mr. Chen led his team out, but before leaving, he took my hand and said if I ever needed a job, they'd consider me first. I nodded and agreed, smiling. Once Mr. Tren's group left, Luna couldn't hold back and came rushing over, ready to slap me. Leo, you jerk. Do you know how much you've cost the group with your little stunt? I grabbed her wrist and pushed her away coldly. Luna, being pampered all her life, had never been treated like this. She looked at me with anger and disappointment. I spoke calmly. I've told you I resigned. I have nothing to do with you or your company. Everything that happened today is due to your blind arrogance. It's none of my business. After that, I turned and headed upstairs, avoiding any more tangling with them. In the private room, I was getting along great with the person in charge, but considering future collaborations with Stellar Group, which would inevitably involve Luna again, I declined the boss's enthusiastic invitation. As the evening ended, I was at the door seeing the boss off. However, looking back, I noticed Luna still sitting in the corner of the lobby. Reese was squatting by her side, seemingly arguing about something. I wasn't interested, and was about to leave when Luna suddenly spotted me. Leo, Lizo, wait a second. She hurriedly came over, grabbing my sleeve with a pouty face. Leo, please don't be mad. Come home with me, okay? Didn't we promise to get married? Reese followed, looking uneasy, his face going pale. Luna, I feel terrible. Can you take me to the hospital? There was a flicker of conflict in Luna's eyes, but she steeled herself and ignored him, looking at me with hope. Stop this. I know I was wrong. There was nothing between me and Reese. It's just a joke. Reese looked shocked, disbelief written all over his face. I sighed. Why, Luna? You've got a husband now, watch what you say. But Luna acted like she didn't hear, clutching my hand and droning on about the past. I suddenly felt fed up and shook off her grip. Just because you're shameless doesn't mean I have to be too. Luna, you Ray, the one who got registered with someone else. I let you be, but now you're pointlessly dragging me into this mess. What do you want? Not everyone has to live on your whims. My cold demeanor made Luna realize I wasn't joking. Panic flashed in her eyes. Was she quickly? No, Leo, I've always loved you. If you want, I'll divorce Reese immediately. Her voice choked with emotion, eyes red with tears, made her look strange to me. I stared at her blankly, feeling nothing once upon a time. Even a slight frown from her would worry me for days now. Her actions only annoyed me. She's not heartbroken over losing me, but over losing a servile companion to boss around. Enough. Luna, stop bothering me. If you really care, look at your poor new husband. She remained unresponsive, just hung her head, sobbing about it not being true over and over. My only husband is you can only be you. I know I was wrong. From now on, I've lost interest in listening. If she'd said that earlier, I might have risked everything for her. Now it's just irritating. I shrugged off her hand coldly, saying, Reese, think about how to deal with today's breach of contract. Such a big project delay will definitely hit the group hard. Luna naturally understood. While she hesitated, I turned and strode away, but I underestimated Luna's persistence. It wasn't long before she found out where I lived and was waiting at the entrance. I was going to ignore it, but as soon as she saw me, she ran right over, trying to hug me. I coldly sidestepped. Miss Stone, why are you here again? I was getting a bit impatient. Luna looked up, her eyes meeting mine, speaking sincerely. I've thought about it. My dad's handling things at the company, so I don't need to worry, but you, Ray, the most important person to me. I didn't say anything. Or maybe it was that I didn't know what to say. He thought I was agreeing with her and cautiously leaned closer, trying to hold my hand. Leo, I twisted my ankle trying to find you. I sneered, looking at the figure behind her. If you twisted your ankle, you should see a doctor, or go complain to your real husband, not me. Hearing my words, Luna's expression nearly cracked. She turned and saw Reese looking hurt not far behind her. She shouted in frustration. I told you to stop clinging to me. Aren't you done yet? Then she turned back to me, softness in her eyes. Leo, I'm planning to divorce him. I've really realized my mistake. Can you feel how much I love you? I took a good look at her. Her love was there, even love for me. I didn't think so. As the oldest daughter of the Stone family, she's used to being the center of attention. She can't handle my constant rejections, especially since I used to be her plaything. She tried to conquer me, but if she succeeded, I'd end up like Reese, something tasteless to her. Your husband's still here, should you be comforting him. After all, you guys have a marriage certificate, I said with a sarcastic smile. Reese had already moved to stand behind Luna upon hearing my words. He embraced her from behind. And Luna, come on, let's go home, okay? Luna tried to struggle. I coldly added, Luna, stop bothering me. You made your choice. Now deal with the consequences from now on. I don't want to see you. Maybe my words hurt her pride. Because her face shifted from hurt to anger, she turned back to Reese and shot me a dark, disdainful look. Leo, if you don't appreciate my kindness, don't blame me when you come begging. I just laughed and shook my head, completely uninterested. News about the breach of Luna's company had spread, especially her affair with her assistant. It became public gossip. Inevitably, as her ex, I got dragged into it. My phone blew up with calls from tabloid reporters. I had no choice but to go to the phone company and cancel my number to get some peace. But just a few days later, Luna returned, bringing her family's bodyguards to corner me at my apartment entrance. She even threatened that if I didn't go with her, she wouldn't let me leave the building, reluctant to cause trouble for the neighbors. I frowningly got in the car with her. Luna, why, you done causing a scene? I questioned despite a flash of annoyance. Luna's expression quickly turned calm. Leo, I'm here because of my father. He's in the hospital and wants to see you. Her tone wasn't arrogant like that, mate, but rather pleading. I shrugged it off and leaned back in the car, closing my eyes to rest. When we reached the hospital's premium room, I saw Luna's father, once a commanding man. He now lay pale and lonely in the hospital bed. Dad, Luna called softly. I brought Leo. Luna's father opened his eyes, his gaze sharp, exuding an intense sense of authority even in such a state. I marveled at how even Luna, so domineering with me, was now submissive, fiddling nervously with her clothes. It was her little nervous habit in the past. I might have comforted her. At times change. I didn't need to play along anymore, so I casually sat on the sofa and crossed my legs, smirking. What's the matter? Luna's father's gaze froze for a moment, Then he spoke flatly, "You should know that the company stocks have plummeted." I chuckled but said nothing, his expression darkened. "I called you here to discuss marrying Luna soon, that way we can go ahead with the deal with Mr. Chen. It benefits both of us." He sounded weak due to his condition, but his disdainful, commanding tone was clear since he found out I was dating Luna. He did all he could to stop it. He thought that as a poor guy from the countryside, I was after Luna's family's wealth. To this day, he still thinks the same. I laughed, now understanding their game, failing to mend bridges with Mr. Chen after offending him. They turned to me once they learned of Mr. Chen's favorable opinion of me. I'd been a pawn to them all along, with no rights of my own. "I've arranged for her to divorce Reese. As long as you agree, you can marry my daughter right away." Luna looked at me with teary eyes, hoping I'd nod in agreement. I looked her straight in the eye, speaking slowly and clearly, "Sorry, I don't want anyone's leftovers." Just soon as I finished, Luna's father's face darkened, and he slapped her hard. "Shameless thing, stirring up such a mess for a pretty boy, and always making a fuss with me. Don't you see your worth?" Ignoring his underlying insults, I just smiled, not bothering to respond. Luna held her reddened cheek, staring at me, clearly hoping I'd say something. I stayed silent, just observing coldly. Then I snorted, "Shut up," and left. Feeling his pride wounded, Luna's father could no longer maintain the pretense, leaping from bed and hurling insults at my back as I left. I ignored him entirely, treating it like a dog barking. I just didn't expect Luna to leave her dad and chase after me. "What's up?" I asked, feeling pretty impatient. Luna was choking back tears. "I divorced Reese. There's nothing stopping us now. Won't you marry me?" I didn't say a word, just stared at her coldly. My meaning was clear. Luna started crying, shaking her head. "No way! You didn't used to be like this. Is there really no chance for us? You know I love you. And I don't love you anymore." I cut her off. "I don't believe you." Luna got more emotional. "I don't believe you, Leo. You used to love me so much. Did you forget?" She was yelling at me hysterically. It was hard to believe this was once the cool and composed CEO. I smirked, looking at her without any feeling. "You said it yourself. That was before the Luna I loved is gone." My words hit Luna like a thunderclap. She shook her head furiously, still trying to make a case, but I was out of patience. I didn't want this back and forth or to hear any apologies. I pushed her away and walked off. She collapsed, crying hard. After that day, we cut all ties, though the buzz about Luna's company going down made headlines. To pay off a huge penalty to Mr. Chen, she tried to cut costs by downsizing. The whole company got in a state of panic, and the bad news just flooded the media. If her family didn't have such strong roots, it could have been a total disaster, but I didn't feel much about it. Luna got herself into this mess. New beginnings. Meanwhile, Mr. Chen reached out to me again with a solid offer. I was tempted, but knowing I'd have to deal with Luna's family, I turned it down. I contacted my college mentor, asked about studying abroad. He was really pleased, since he was pretty disappointed when I gave up a big opportunity for Luna. Seeing me get back on track now, he's very supportive. "Leo, you're young. It's time to work hard." After retaking exams a few times, I got accepted into a famous school abroad to celebrate. My mentor organized a reunion with old classmates there. I ran into Luna again in just a few months. She was almost unrecognizable. Luna broke the awkward silence. "Hey, long time no see, Leo." She gave a smile, but it seemed a little forced. I nodded. Didn't say much. Her eyes dimmed. "I must look terrible now, right?" "Not too bad, just a bit tired," I answered honestly. Her eyes welled up again, colors of hurt and longing in her voice. "Leo, I thought I'd never see you again." She stepped close, almost touching me. I frowned and stepped back. Talking is fine, but standing so close, people might get the wrong idea. My action and words startled Luna. Her eyes were full of sorrow. I got annoyed. Who was she putting on this show for? "If there's nothing else, let's go inside. The professor is waiting." I tossed these words over my shoulder and brushed past her. When people heard I got into a top school abroad, they raised their glasses to me. After a few rounds, I was getting buzzed. My mentor, not much of a drinker, left early. I understood he was giving us space. With him gone, Folks loosen up more, chatting and drinking different topics. Someone brought me into the conversation. I answered all the questions. Then the unavoidable topic of me and Luna came up in college. We were the golden couple. I frowned, hicked up my drink, then spoke once everyone was looking. Luna's a rich girl, not someone I can match. Thanks to our past, I've become a better person. Then I downed my drink. People sensed it was a tense subject, so the conversation shifted still. Some wouldn't let it go, pushing for Luna and me to play couple games. Seeing me set down my drink, refusing to partake, Luna tried to help me out, yet the others kept pressing. Luna sighed. Sitting next to me almost instinctively, I stood up. Luna seemed tipsy, stumbled and grabbed me. Folks shouted, "Kiss! Kiss!" A gleam flickered in Luna's eyes. She actually leaned in for a kiss. I lost it. Shoved her away. "You've had enough." My sudden outburst froze the crowd. The room grew tense. I ignored it, stared Luna down. "You know full well why people are joking around. Are you seriously unclear about our situation?" "Luna?" Luna bit her lip, looking pitiful. I had no pity. I said louder, "We broke up because she married someone else." The crowd buzzed with chatter. I didn't bother sticking around, just said I was drunk and left. Luna wouldn't let up, chasing after me. Cowled and believe how clingy she's gotten. I missed her cool demeanor. I stopped, turned, gave her a cold stare. "Or are you done with a husband and everything now? Isn't this beneath you?" Luna stopped, tears flowing. "I know you're leaving. I just wanted to see you a bit more. My heart didn't stir when we were together." She didn't treasure it now. She's acting all lovey for him. Besides, I saw the photos Reese sent a month ago. Had patched things up. So why is Luna bothering with me? "You have someone? A spouse. Shouldn't you stick by that?" She shook her head, all riled up. "No way. This is completely over between him and me." She frantically explained that. When I found out from the very start, Reese faked his illness. He was never sick. He just wanted Luna's sympathy, to steal her away from me. Watching her, tears streaming down her face, her whole body trembling, I felt no sympathy. Yeah, Reese is a jerk, but all his excessive behaviors couldn't have happened without Luna's consent. So rather than saying Reese deceived her, it's more like she willingly let him deceive her. And now everything's said and done. Why bother arguing about who's right or wrong? "Luna, let me go, and let yourself go too." Would end tea. It'd be better to end things gracefully. The next time I saw Luna was the day I boarded my flights. He was wearing a mask, walking behind me, thinking I didn't know. I just played along, headed into the lounge. She sat right behind me. I pretended not to notice, wearing headphones, quietly waiting. Before leaving, I got a call that totally surprised me. It was from Luna's dad. His tone had turned extremely polite, full of flattery. "Leo, come back. I apologize. Can you give my daughter another chance? I know I wronged you back then, wronged you both, but now I've seen your capabilities. How you've cared for her now that you're gone. She's been miserable every day as her father. It's heartbreaking, so I'm begging you, for old time's sake, give my daughter one more chance." I got up and looked directly at Luna. "Luna, I won't repeat myself, so listen up. From now on, I am a stranger to you, and to your family." I walked to the boarding gate, glanced back casually. Luna was sobbing, collapsed on the floor. I didn't look back, didn't turn around. Not until I was on the plane, looking out at the blue skies and white clouds, did my thoughts finally calm. I deleted all the contacts related to Luna. After the plane landed, staring at the completely unfamiliar surroundings, a tinge of unease crept in, but it was quickly replaced by excitement. "You're Leo?" A young, vibrant girl ran up to me, holding a sign. "I'm Maya. I'm here to pick you up." I reached out my hand with a smile. "Hi, Maya." Life moves on. In the days abroad, I threw myself back into my studies. Those messy thoughts in my heart slowly faded away amidst the busy coursework. When I almost forgot the name Luna, one late night, I received a call from across the ocean. "Is this Leo?" "Yes, it is. I'm Luna's lawyer. He passed away at 3:10 p.m. Beijing time before she died. She entrusted me to pass on a message to you." Before I could respond, Naya, who had just finished her shower, came over, towel drying her hair. "Honey, who's calling so late?" I smiled, gave her a reassuring look. "Don't worry, it's no one important." With that, I didn't give the caller a chance to speak. Don't say anything. I don't want to hear it. And hung up decisively. Maya snuggled into my arms. Her eyes filled with affection. Honey, let's visit my parents tomorrow. They want to meet you. I smiled and gently tapped her nose. Sure,